Hello, it's Janice from Le Bruit de Fleur. Today I'd like to talk to you about a new quilted pillow that I have coming out, which is the Anke pillow cover. It was inspired by a color palette put up recently by the National Park Service. That was the Great Basin, and it was originally designed based on a scrapbook page by artist Anke Kramer, hence the name Anke. And it features triangles in two different colors going down one side of the pillow, and then on the opposite side will be room for applique. I wrote this pattern for a We Like Sewing Prime publication that will be coming out soon, and you can get all of the details on how to make it there. Basically today I'm showing you how I created the applique. I just used the leaves that were included. The We Like Sewing version also has a flower, and you just trace around that, and we need some featherweight interfacing as well, because I like to have the edges of my applique turned under, but I don't like doing it by hand. So I am just tracing out the leaves on my different colors of Kona fabrics. I used Pansy and Petunia for the triangles, a muslin background, Periwinkle for the large leaf you just saw. This is wheat for the other large leaf, and ivy for the small leaves, and cocoa for the medium ones. Then I place them on top of the interfacing, and I just sew around the outline that I created. And I like using a white gel pen to create my outlines. I just find that it eventually fades away. You can't really see it when you top stitch, especially like with a white thread. So I just lay them down with the right side of my fabric facing the interfacing, and I just sew around. Nothing tricky or special. I don't worry too much if I'm a little bit offline, because you can't really see that when you have the applique. And you just keep going. The leaves are really simple. If you're new to this type of applique, I would just say start slow, but really it's difficult to mess it up. There are very few rules when you're doing any kind of sewing. Like if you can make it work, hey, then you did it. Just kind of watch your seam allowance and make sure that it's not going to rip open, but otherwise you're pretty good. So I just keep going. And I just place other pieces on as necessary so that I don't waste very much fabric. I really don't like to waste. I found the National Park Service color palettes that they put up to be really inspiring, and I plan to do a few more projects based off of their color palettes. Sometimes picking colors can be difficult, so it's nice to have someone inspire you. I encourage you to check that out. So once we have all of our stitching done, you can see I kind of missed my outline there, but it doesn't matter. And we'll just cut them out. I like to leave about an 1/8 inch seam allowance on these applique. You don't have to be too precise, but you don't want to go too close either, because you wouldn't want it to poke out once you turn everything, because that will be the next step. So we want to leave the fabric plenty of room to be attached to one another, basically. So just go ahead and cut them all out. And with these leaves, I'm cutting into the corner really tight so that my fabric there has a little room to bend in the corner when I push it out. That's really important. And then in the indent places, you want to nip really close, but of course be careful not to cut your stitches. And that again gives the fabric the ability to bend through that curve. And then just continue cutting that out. Around the larger curve, I don't really feel that the notching is necessary, but you can certainly do that if you like that. And just cutting out the little ones as well. So I have 3 different sizes of the simple leaf shape, and then the large leaf in the blue. That's a different size, different shape, sorry. So to create the turning, you just need to pull the inner facing away from the cotton and then use your scissors to cut a small slit in the center of the inner facing. And then you just turn it inside out and flip it over. So just push it through the little hole that you've created. And use your fingers to work the fabric to the outside so that all of the edges are trapped in there and you have a nice finished edge. You can kind of poke it out with your fingers and smooth it. And then the inner facing will just be on the back. You'll never see that hole once you sew it down. And I use a dull stick or like a chopstick to help push the fabric through too and smooth down the edges. And you'll see me do that next here. This one was a little fussy. So I just use my stick and that helps you poke into those points as well as kind of push the fabric a little bit tighter along the seam allowance. And then I also will go and press these down so they're nice and flat, and that can help you also to make sure that the interface is tucked underneath of the cotton so that you won't see it when you top stitch it. Especially if that bothers you, this would be a time to be a little bit fussy about making sure you get that crispness around the edge. I really like doing applique. They're pretty fun and allows you to do some pretty intricate little extras designs on your projects. For these quilted pillows, I really like it. And then really for the blue ones, no different. I would just say you need to take a little bit more time turning and poking out since there's more little corners and you know, the indented spots as well. But it came out pretty cute. I like the shape on that one. It's a little bit different kind of leaf. I'm not sure what that is. Oak, maybe? That's what I based it on? I don't know. I don't remember. Just a leaf shape. Sometimes they're imaginary. And then once you have all of your leaves, I just laid them out. I fussed with this, to be honest with you, for quite a while. I turned the camera off for a little bit and worked on it some more. So it's just a personal choice. In the pattern that I wrote for the We Like Sewing publication, it shows you where to place everything, and that's a little bit more structured. But for the cascading leaves, I just kind of fooled around until I got something that I liked. And I just wanted it to kind of fill up that empty side of the pillow and appear as though the leaves were kind of swirling around in the autumn air. But you can do it however you like. It's your artistic touch. And then to secure them in place, I actually top stitched them, which I didn't love, and it's fine. But then I took them outside and added lots of embroidery to enhance the details on both the leaves and the triangles. It also was the quilting that held the whole pillow top together. I really love how this one came out. I really liked the color palette. It was something a little bit different I don't think I would have come up with on my own. So I love finding inspiration like that. I love the little extra crosses that I put in the muslin background too. And all of that embroidery touch really makes it special. The backing is just an envelope back in this plum print that I found that I felt really matched well with the front. And it's nice and fluffy. And this one will be available in the Rue de Fleur Etsy shop. It's the Anke Triangle Pillow with Leaf Appliqué. So go ahead and check that out. You can also see more and read more about it on the Rue de Fleur blog. But this would be a beautiful addition to your home. And thank you so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe for more great quilting content. Have a great day.